Stadium on the banks of the Brazos. Coaches like to say, play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Colorado Buffaloes and the Baylor Bears. Reese Davis, Dave Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Hey guys, the Bears head coach told me before the game he understands the importance of this game as a separator in the conference standings. With both teams undefeated, some games under their belt, this will be a great test for his team to see if they are on track to make it to the conference championship. He wants their total focus, their total composure, and their total attention today in this crucial conference matchup. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Bears ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Sellers through the noise. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And guys, he just didn't get outside the tackle box. You can't throw it away like that. 2nd and long after the grounding call. Here's Sellers to throw. Makes the grab over the middle. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Gets rid of it.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They booted away on 4th down. Trying to take it back. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Hand off from the shotgun. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down. Guys, when you think about the big picture for Baylor and what a challenge this is going to be for both teams, both with unblemished records, both sitting atop the conference, and both eager to square off against each other.
And what I think makes this one more fun is that it's not just the 2 top teams in the conference. These might be 2 of the better teams in the entire country. These 2 teams might make the college football playoff. Lots of football out ahead, but this is a matchup. Regardless of whether you're a fan of these teams, the conference of college football you've been waiting to see.
And it's so nice that whoever wins this, you talk about putting yourself in a great position. You hand them a loss in the conference, move them down the standings, and you have the tiebreaker. A lot on the line today.
He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And man, this is exactly how you wanted to script this game. Your defense comes out, gets a stop, do a nice job in special teams. Now you get that first down. The juices are flowing. Everybody's feeling confident now. The offense is feeling good. I look, Jesse, for them to open it up now. Try to create an explosive play. They got some of that momentum early.
Yeah, and this is what coaches love to see too, right? Complementary football for everything you just talked about. And now, if you're the offensive coordinator, got that first down, this might be an opportunity to take a shot like David said. The defense might be expecting run here. Take a look at what their personnel is. If you got the matchup you like, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Quickly to the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On the option. He'll pitch it. Maybe some room. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He'll pull it down and run. Got room at the 35. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Throwing Sellers. Under pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the return. He's got great speed. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you could tell, took the football, got north-south, got upfield, got a great positive gain and a positive play for this offense.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Finds a spot in the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Gets rid of it. Firing to the right, complete. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. A first down run in the red zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Keeps it himself. He'll keep it on 2nd down. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there.
What a third down stop by this defense. Third down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th and goal.
Picked off to stop the threat. Touchdown, Buffaloes! A pick 6.
And talk about a turn of events. 4th and goal. The defense is able to step up. They're not just going to swat this thing away, force the incompletion and get the offense back on the field. No, they're picking it off, and they're taking it all the way back for a touchdown. If they win this game, you're going to point back to that play right there as the play that made the difference.
And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Baylor sends out the offense to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Right back to it. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
3rd and long coming up. Enough to move the chains. Breaks into the open. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
And it's just got to be nice to have a running back that can make big-time plays with his feet. 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down right here. His opportunity, he gets the football, makes a huge gain. He makes this offense go, and it makes it so easy to be a play caller.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy. Man, he is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
They've got him corralled.
And I know it's not a 1st down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next 3rd down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave him.
They give it back to him. And he's not going to be able to convert. Knocked down just inches shy of the 1st down. The Bears will try to pick it up on 4th down. The fake wants to throw. Moves to his right. Makes the grab past the marker. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a cheap-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
The Bears trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Trying to get the corner. Now the pitch. Beck's going for the goal line. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. He will not get there as the defense stops him again. Colorado will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout here. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Baylor! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Sellers. Hauls it in. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Going for it all. Upstairs, he's got it. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. The Buffs now use their 3rd and final timeout. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the 1st. They're all over it. They've got him. Great pressure by this defense.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Here's Sellers to throw. He's going to run it. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Timeout taken by Baylor. It's 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Sellers lined up in the gun on 3rd down. Oh, pressure's coming. He's going to be a little bit short of that 1st down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Fourth down, Sellers. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they're ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
Complete downfield. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Bears will hustle to the line. Looking to throw, it's Mahan. Here comes the heat. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Had to force that one.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He lets it fly. And he reels it in inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the 1st down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Unloads to the wideout. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. This one will be a 45-yard attempt, and he'll kick it from the left side. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Throwing, Sellers. Trying to escape and get it himself. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We begin our coverage with Alabama taking on the number 9 team, the Ole Miss Rebels. And it's the Crimson Tide coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. Moving the pocket, it's Mahan. Takes the easy one to the back. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that 3rd down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces the punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about, I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Rush is on. He's going to take off.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
It'll be a gain of 6. That's up 2nd and 4.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Going for the big play. Catch inside the 25. Finds a seam. He is in. Touchdown, Colorado.
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized man coverage, there was no question where he was going to be looking. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game.
I was about to say, you credit the quarterback. It's his speed. You play him man-to-man, he gets open, he wins. I'm not sure why we're crediting the quarterback. He's got jets.
On the run from inside his own 5. Makes a move. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Out wide right, it's Collier. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with the first down at the 31. And the Bears are marching down the field. Right side, it's Coleman Williams. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Pulls it, trying to get the corner. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Extending the play. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Back to pass, it's Mahan. Moving out to the right. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. Snap it to the back. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Baylor! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They go back to work for the first down in the final period of this one. Straight ahead, it's Young. Knocked down immediately.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Now here's Sellers. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. He'll pull it down. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 40. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
And that is a big-time play for the offense. The defense knew coming into this game they had to keep this guy bottled up and keep him in the pocket. That didn't happen there. He was able to buy time, extend the play. Receivers are in scramble drill mode. He finds the guy. He's accurate, off schedule, and the defense now has to do a much better job keeping this guy contained, or they are going to get lit up just like that.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Sellers. Rush right in his face. He'll try to do it himself. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him to force him out of bounds, and no gain on the play.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Looking deep. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Returns it all the way back to the 23-yard line, and the defense gets a turnover. The Bears offense makes its way onto the field. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. It's dropped after taking the hit.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. The Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now on the counter. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Colorado will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout here. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Takes off. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. The Buffs now use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. Third down, and they need 15 after 2 negative plays. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's 4th down. This offense is aggressive on 4th down. 2 for 3 so far today, and they're still on the field. Look out! They get the completion, but it won't be nearly enough as the defense is there to stop him short. Here's Sellers to throw. Buying time to his right. Going to try to get it himself. There he goes. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
Well, you're trailing here in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're going to hurry up. Really nice job of awareness by the quarterback that time. Nothing open. You got to scramble. You got to go get the first down, yes, but also getting out of bounds to try and preserve as many seconds as you can on the clock.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his arm.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism.
A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
And he got it! And now it's a one-possession game.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Okay, guys, the Bears offense comes onto the field. Pulls it. He'll toss it. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Might as well run him again. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Sets his feet. It's Mahan. Out wide right, it's Danzy. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. The Bears come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. The give as they work on that clock. Brought down after a big run, and that is the way to put an exclamation point on this one. Give him 105 yards rushing in this game, and he's on his way to a 1,400-yard season. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Looking for the edge. Hedge looking for the corner. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. And the Bears moving quickly to the line. Keeps it himself. Diving for the score. He loses the football. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. To fumble that ball away in the red zone, that is just a shot to the solar plexus.
And you have to know the situation. You've got to know where you are in the game. This late down in the red zone, at all costs, you cannot turn it over. And that's just an example, I think, of a guy trying to do too much. Just trying to come up with the highlight-type play at a time where you just got to know the play's over and go down.
Still looking. He's taking a deep shot. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over. An absolutely heartbreaking loss. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous